I'm willing to bet that just about everybody has heard of the famous or infamous outlaws Frank and Jesse James, but I'm also willing to bet that very few people know that their parents were married right here about a mile or so north of Stamping Ground, Kentucky. Hey everybody, this is Russ from Family Tree Nuts. And like I said, I am about a mile or so north of Stamping Ground, Kentucky in Scott County, just a few miles outside of Georgetown, Kentucky. And I'm at the marker for the marriage site of outlaws Frank and Jesse James. The story starts, the boy's father, Robert James, was actually born in Lick Skillet on Whippoorwill Creek in Logan County, Kentucky. That's Lick Skillet. You can't beat the name like Lick Skillet on Whippoorwill Creek in Logan County, Kentucky. And he attended and graduated Georgetown College. In 1853, he became a Baptist minister. Some say that he was so smart that when he preached a sermon, he never forgot his sermon, and remembered it for the rest of his life. A year or so before he graduated, Robert married Zerelda Cole, who had been educated in a Catholic convent called St. Catherine in Lexington, Kentucky. Her grandfather operated, and it's still standing, what's called Black Horse Tavern near Midway, Kentucky. The couple were married at the home of Zerelda's uncle, a man by the name of Judge Lindsay. Judge Lindsay was actually a descendant of Anthony Lindsay, who built the first station here at Stamping Ground, and was also a French and Indian War and a Revolutionary War veteran, which makes the James boys actually the grandsons of that famous American. In August of 1843, the couple left for Missouri, and Robert went back and forth a few times attending Georgetown College. He eventually earned his Master's of Divinity in 1848 from Georgetown College. He was a pastor of what's called Great Crossing Baptist Church, which is on 227, just coming out of Georgetown, right on Elkhorn Creek. Robert also helped to found the William Jewell Bible College in Liberty, Missouri. Robert eventually bought a farm, built a cabin, had a couple slaves there in Missouri, and earned a living as a minister and a farmer. But in 1850, he actually left to go to California to be a minister to the 49ers, the famous gold rush that was going on. He wanted to be a minister to the miners out there, and either in 1850 or 1851, he died. Not sure what he died from, but we know that he's buried out there in California. He left Zerelda with young Frank, who was only 7, and Jesse was only 3 years old. Zerelda married 3 more times and stayed in the area, but we know the story of Frank and Jesse James. You know, they fought for the Confederacy in the Civil War, and this story is not about their lives, but became famous or infamous outlaws, and probably one of the most famous outlaws in the West. And they're known that they came back several times to this area around Stamping Ground. We're not exactly sure why they came back, but we know that they came back. We know they didn't have girlfriends or wives this way, but we know that during their lifetime of robberies, they had stole about $1.5 million worth of things, watches and money and things. That stuff was never recuperated. Today's money, that is worth $21 million. Now the rumor is that their fortune is hidden somewhere here in around Stamping Ground, Kentucky. Maybe I need to do some investigations on that one. So anyway, wanted to take you to this neat little spot here just outside of Stamping Ground, Kentucky, the marriage place of the famous outlaw Frank and Jesse James' parents. And hey, remember, Family Tree Nuts. Let our nuts find the nuts in your family tree.